What's going on, IBB Nation? It is IBB James, and I am here with the Marcus Hoke, and he is a payroll specialist with ADP. You also do some other stuff, but that's like your main focus, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
You know. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
perfect. So, well, he is going to do a hashtag IBB top 3 keys to success. So our goal here is always to make sure that we're giving you some tips and keys to make sure that you're able to walk away from this video with some motivation to take action, but more importantly, actions that are actually going to help. So,
Absolutely.
So Marcus, why don't we jump into your first one? So what is that?
Yeah, so actually, James, I mean, I'm going to touch on the first one. The first thing I found is with success is belief in self. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, we always got to have belief in ourselves, man. Like, there's so many times where we get down on ourselves, and you got to stay positive. You got to stay in that right direction.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is there certain things that maybe help you maintain that belief in self? So obviously, I know every day I'm like, I have to do a little gut check of like, all right, James, you can do this. It's not the end of the world,
Absolutely,
so I guess,
man.
is there a certain phrase that you keep in your head, or I guess, what helps you?
Yeah, I just kind of look at that long-term vision that I have for myself. You kind of always want to look, ahead and not be stuck in the moment at every point in time.
Okay.
I mean, I think too many times we get stuck there, in that moment, and we want to be, moving forward.
Correct.
So,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay, so long-term vision helps you maintain belief in self.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Knowing that I'm working for something bigger than what I'm currently going
Knowing
through.
where you're going helps you get through where you're
Absolutely.
at. Okay. Deep, bro. Deep. Awesome. So, all right. So, what is your next key to success?
And I think this one runs along with that one is, getting out of that think tank. I think too many times, we have so many books that we look at. We want to read these books, on, how to be successful. And what we don't realize is, by the time we've read all those books, we haven't made any actions. So putting those actual thoughts into action.
Okay.
So thoughts into action, I guess you could say, would be the overall line,
I like it.
So,
okay, so the think tank is you sitting at home, or like for me, I'm terrible at reading actual books.
Yeah, no,
but audiobooks, I can get through them real quick, and I absorb the information. So it's getting out of the room that you're sitting there reading, or getting out of wherever you're at, listening to your books and saying, okay, I'm done listening for a little bit. Not stopping. We want to further our education,
absolutely.
I'm assuming, but you're like, all right, instead of going on to the next book, why don't I take some of this and run with it?
Exactly. Take exactly what you've learned right there and there, and apply it to whatever you're trying to accomplish. So kind of that long-term vision that you have for yourself. Like, how can this make me get there faster?
Okay. So question: when you're inside the think tank, are you already kind of thinking outside into the action tank, I guess, of like, okay, this author mentioned this. That makes me think of an opportunity that I have with what I'm doing with ADP. So what you do every day, you try to pull that idea out of the think tank and implement it into the action tank as soon as possible?
Absolutely. I think early on when I was reading books and things like that, I would actually, be so caught up in trying to comprehend the entire book when I realized that there are only a few things that you want to take out of each book that you read that you can apply. And again, exactly. As soon as something light bulb popped up in my head, reading in a chapter or something, how can I apply this to my business? I would stop reading. I'd literally jot down notes and be like, all right, how can this make me a better person at what I'm doing right now?
Awesome.
So I think that's huge because
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So your third and final top 3. What is it?
This is something I've been told my entire life. Is being optimistic. Being happy with where you're at, no matter what things are being thrown at you. Because at the end of the day, life's hard. I mean, life's gonna throw it's gonna throw obstacles at you. It's gonna
break your bones. It's gonna crush your soul.
And I think the biggest thing is you got to accept that it's only a small phase. Whether it lasts for a minute, an hour, a day, it could be even a year, just depending on where you're at in your stage of your success. That you want to keep moving forward. So how you move forward is trying to find a positive out of every negative that you run into. Because if you can do that, you can really move forward. And I think that's one of the things is you can only control your response. You can't really control how someone comes at you.
That is so. IB Nation, are you paying attention? So that is such a huge key to everything. it's not what happens to us, it's how we react to it.
Exactly.
Like that is something that, again, I've heard it before, but thank you
No, you're
for
welcome.
bringing it back on my
Absolutely,
radar,
man.
because something bad happens and you're like, your knee-jerk reaction is you get, especially when you're working your tail off, is you're so intense and you're so riled up for the good things, and when these like things get thrown in front of you that you know, like it can really throw you off in the wrong way if you don't really take a step back.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. They step back like that.
Taking
Well, no.
action on this
Yeah,
thought.
absolutely,
So,
man.
okay, fantastic. That is awesome. All right, so in recapping all this, we got to have belief in self.
Absolutely.
You got to have it. You have to get out of the think tank
Mm-hmm.
and into the action tank.
Yes.
All right, so I'm like picturing like there's
Yes,
all these fishes, all
yep.
these thought fishes swimming around,
Yep.
and they need to go swim in the action tank.
Absolutely.
So okay, and then lastly, optimism, just having an overall arching positive outlook on everything.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, IBB Nation, hopefully you guys are excited about this as I did. I'm like I'm ready to get into action. I've got my swimsuit
Yeah?
in my office. I'm
You're going swimming now?
I'm
All
going
right,
to
I
go
like
swim
it.
in the action tank right now. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you got something from this. And again, any hashtag IBB top threes you want to check out. They have other tidbits with great people just like Marcus. And until next time, stay burn proof.